Hello, everybody. Good evening. I hope I'm audible. I hope I'm visible. I hope everything's crystal clear. Welcome to the very first exam analysis of year 2025, the NMAT exam analysis. I wrote the NMAT exam today itself, so this is fresh from the oven. There are quite a bit that I remember. Few of the questions that I go ahead and remember. Obviously, the entire structure and what are certain nuances that you need to keep in mind for NMAT 2025. That means specifically for this year. That and everything else that you might have in your mind that you want me to go ahead and answer is what we will discuss today. But before we get started, can I just get a couple of confirmations that I'm audible and visible? Can you just confirm that everything's fine? कोई fight नहीं है, सब audible है, visible है, so that we can officially go ahead and kickstart with today's session and get deeper into the first analysis of the season. NMAT 2025. We're carrying analysis for the first 2 days, a breakup of what has come over the first 2 days and what the differences have been, and specifically getting into the analysis today. Okay, hey Bhavya, thanks a lot. Hi Arushi, thanks a lot. Okay, thanks for confirming that I'm audible and visible. Let's officially go ahead and kickstart. Let's get deeper into what it is that I want to go ahead and cover in today's session. So these are the 2 to 3 things that we're going to go ahead and cover. First and foremost, obviously, we're going to get into the detailed exam analysis. While doing the exam analysis itself, I'll go ahead and talk about certain memory-based questions. Figures might be changed a little, but the context will remain the same. The concept that they're questioning you on will remain the same. Do keep in mind, we do file a NDA, as a part of the exam. So it's not that I'm going to go ahead and repeat telecast exactly what was asked or the same questions, but I'll give you the flavor in terms of you knowing what you can go ahead and expect come your NMAT date. And finally, the expected cutoff. While I'm stating this, it will be great to know when your NMAT date is. So those of you, who are here, I'm sure all of you have gone ahead and applied to NMAT. That's why you're here. Please go ahead and put in your NMAT exam date so that I know exactly what it is and who it is that I'm dealing with. And thereby, I could go ahead and recommend 2 to 3 things that you all could do considering the quantum of time that you have at your disposal before the exam from today. So while you go ahead and do that, let me get into 2 to 3 things. First and foremost, we'll talk about the exam checklist, the NMAT pattern and UI, sequence of sections, my recommended, then section-wise analysis. Within the section-wise analysis, I'm also going to go ahead and do memory-based questions rather than keeping it below. And then finally, the expected cutoffs as well. Okay. Overall, if you were to go ahead and ask me my personal take on NMAT this year, generally I always state not a very positive thing, but I'm going to be somewhere between these two. I think it was a very smooth experience this year. कोई ज़्यादा fight थी नहीं. It was easy for me to go ahead and find the location of the center. The center was okay, not very hi-fi, but basic things, basic modalities were in check. A new system of doing your registration through the mobile phone. So the registration happened through mobile phone, no biometric, nothing. They just clicked a picture. वो picture उनके database से match कर गई, and that was it. Good enough, nothing else. I had stated I'll be carrying my PAN card. So I carried another, ID proof along with it, and I gave the second ID proof. पहले they refused. They stated आपने PAN card लिखा है तो PAN card ही लाओ. So if you've gone ahead and specified a certain ID proof that you'll be carrying, say driver license, या passport, या Aadhaar, या PAN card, whatever it is, please carry that itself. Secondly, they were categorically checking the picture or on the ID proof and the actual picture of you insan in front of them, and they were trying to match it. So some of the students had a very old one, so they did have certain concerns and they raised objection. They did allow everybody to write eventually, but एक दो लोगों को वो लोग ने तंग जरूर किया था. So my recommendation, carry an ID proof which is as similar in looking to what you look today, rather than something which is what you looked 5, 10, 12 years back. काफी change हो गया होगा, so just ensure कि वो सब ना हो. Other than that, very, very smooth exam. Another interesting thing that happened in the exam was between the sections. Generally, between the sections, there is no gap. One section ends, the second starts immediately. Here, once the section ended, a screen came up which stated that your section has ended. And you could have remained on this screen for about 15 seconds before it moved to the next screen of the new section starting. So this was interesting because it basically meant 15 seconds का तुम्हें break मिल रहा था after every section. So that's an important thing. 15 seconds break is a good thing. So go ahead and utilize it. I utilized it and relax, shut my eyes for about 10 seconds. It helped me relax a little. So these were certain things that I wanted to keep in mind. Checklist, do carry the admit card, original primary ID proof, like I stated, same as that filled in your form. They are checking that. Secondary ले जाओ बैकअप के लिए, इन केस प्राइमरी वाला जो आपने मेंशन किया उसमें फोटो सेम नहीं दिखती, थोड़ा अलग दिख रहा है, कैरी अ सेकेंडरी, इट्स ओके. Photocopy not needed. Last year तक I used to say it's needed. I would say this is not a necessity. But the first three things that I mentioned, ensure you carry that. Pattern did not change. It was along the expected line. 36 questions in every section. 28 minutes for language, 40 minutes for logical reasoning, 52 minutes for quant. So overall 108 questions, 120 minutes. They categorically pointed out that the marking scheme is between 120 to 12 to 120 in every section. That means minimum is 36 and overall is 360. So this was also categorically pointed out. Okay. So this is what it looked like overall. This is what the cutoff was last year in terms of the stage 2 selection. 209 was what the cutoff was last year, 62 in every section. Why? Because there was a competency test last year. Please keep that in mind. They stated right after the NMAT exam, once the results were out, they stated अब जो stage 2 process होगा, उस stage 2 process में हम एक competency test भी लेंगे, which was like another aptitude test plus psychometry. This is basically what it was last year. This year, whether that will happen or not, we don't know. In case something like that happens, my understanding is the cutoff should not generally cross 220 then. But the way I look at it is, if this does not happen and it is going to be similar to what it has happened in previous years, then the cutoff could be 235 plus. So work towards a 235 plus. उससे ही आपको safe लगेगा. नहीं तो you will always feel कि आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. 220 plus might get you a call with a competency test and everything. If it doesn't happen, 235 plus might still be needed for all the campuses. And like I stated, competency test जो last year था, final conversion में this is what they looked at. 50% weight was to the competency test, only 10% to the personal interview. And even in the personal interview, पहले एक AI interview होता है for about 3 to 4 minutes. पहले एक AI interview होता है for about 8 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes, and then 3 to 4 minutes with a human being. 3 to 4 minutes with a human being. That's how the interview happened last year. So structure जो था, पहले एक AI interview followed by a normal. So the same thing will be done by us during the PDP and GDPI preparation for you all, those who get an NMAT call. We'll first do an AI interview and then follow it up with an in-person or an individual interview, so that you get a understanding of what an AI interview is like. Work experience at 10%. So basically आपका जो final NMAT exam था, जो आज मैंने लिखा, उसका खाली 20% weightage था last year. Till years before that, it used to be as high as 50% weight as well. So please keep that in mind. Academic track record, there were 10 marks, 5 marks for class 12 and 5 marks for undergrads, overall being 100. So this is what happened last year. This year same रहेगा कि नहीं, we don't know. So my recommendation, like I pointed out, please aim for a 235 plus. I think that's going to be a safe score. उससे नीचे मत देखो, because we don't know what it will be. Okay. In case you haven't already, good time for you to enroll in the NMAT mini test series of CL. There are 2 adaptive mocks as a part of this. It is an adaptive exam. I went through it today. Yes, it is section-wise adaptive, and also ensure that the first 9 questions that you answer in every single section are correct and very important. Like I benefited a lot. I think a lot of scaling happened for me because I know the first 10-12 questions of every section, I did not get anything wrong, or maybe I got maximum 1 wrong, nothing more than that. So scaling really worked for me. It will work for you as well. Okay. From a UI perspective, I've already pointed this out. You choose your own sequence. There is no question palette. You must scroll the entire question or passage before switching to the next question. Very, very important. मेरे साथ बहुत बार हुआ in RCs where I did not read the entire RC. I just read the first 2 paragraphs और एक question answer हो रहा था. Answer करके I did next. It was not accepting. It was, error was popping up. Please go ahead and scroll the entire. So I needed to scroll the entire and only then I could move. So that was painful. Always happens in NMAT. So please keep that in mind. You can't go back to a previous question. You can't skip a question. So you have to answer a particular question to move ahead. So these are few things to keep in mind. Okay. So now, before I get into the detailed analysis in terms of everything that was there, let me go ahead and see what dates you all have gone ahead and state. Mehek, I've already spoken about the cutoffs. Okay, let's see what you all are stating. Con hai. I have a 9th November Srishti. So yeah, please follow whatever I talk about today. Zyada change hona nahi chahiye. 21st November, again, you'll be in the same window, the first window. So not a lot of change. Mehek, you had your exam today. So maybe 3 p.m. batch Delhi, I took it 3 p.m. in Noida. So a lot of questions might end up being similar as well. I also gave it today, score 224. Should I retake? See, Utsav, retake will not help from an NMIMS perspective. From an NMIMS perspective, only the first attempt matters. So it is okay, 224. You can't do much about it. Move ahead. Mehak, I've already spoken about cutoffs. If cutoff is like 2023, what would be the QA cutoff approximately? If it's like 2023, my recommendation would be quant mein. So let me go back to the slide and actually write it down. To those who are asking, say if it is 2023, what should you look at? I would say quant may look at a 72 plus, LR, which means reasoning, look at a 74 plus, and English or language skills is what they call it, which is English, look at a 76 plus. Overall, look at a 235 plus. Obviously, all three of them, when you add, khali 222 aega. So look at about 5-7% over that, and you should be able to get to an overall cutoff. That's the way that I would look at it if the it goes back to the 2023 version. Okay. So scores after the test ends are the final ones. Yeah, you can assume Mehak final hai. I've never heard of anything changing post that. Okay. Alicia is also saying 21st November. My exam date 16 December. So all of you all who have towards the end 15, 16 December and so on and so forth, time hai aap logo ke paas. Also go through a second level analysis that we will have towards end of November, beginning December. That might also go ahead and help you a little bit. To those who have their exam anything till about the 25th or the 27th of November, my recommendation focus on what I'm stating. काफी ज़्यादा overlap होगा. Okay. November 29th Kanishk. Wow, one day before CAT. बहुत ज़्यादा जिगरा है, बहुत ज़्यादा जिगरा है. दो बैक टू बैक डेज में NMAT लिखेंगे फिर CAT लिखेंगे. I hope you don't carry the hangover of your NMAT exam to CAT. That should not happen. Okay, 21st November, 13th December. Gave on 5th, scored 240. Any review suggestion for CAT ahead aiming ABC? 240 is decent. Suggestion for CAT, we've had a session on 30 days to CAT. We've spoken about that. But I will categorically go ahead and state that do not confuse NMAT with CAT. The level of difficulty will be very, very high. The time to question will also be very, very different. Don't take this as a base of how you will go ahead and do it. In CAT, like I stated, like today what I've gone ahead and scored as well, मेरे को पता है CAT में उतना आएगा नहीं, उसके आसपास भी नहीं होगा, but so it's a very different exam. Keep your calm, keep your composure. The kind of reasoning you experienced today is going to be very different from what is going to come in CAT, so focus on that. Okay. Debraj is saying you cannot skip a question. Each and every question has to be attempted even if we are not sure. Yes, you have to. What about skipping 8 questions? That is in ZAT. Skipping 8 questions की negative marking है. NMAT में नहीं है. Hi, any particular tips for NMAT? Section heavy. Okay. 12 December 25th. Gave CAT last year 98 percentile. Not giving again. Wow. Okay. So you're not giving CAT after a 98 percentile, but you're going ahead and giving NMAT. Okay. Utsav, how much you scored? You're asking me how much I scored? Or is that to somebody else? I don't know who that was to. If it's to me, then ask and I will let you know. Okay, sequence of sections. My order is always simple. I start with LR. I follow it up with QA. I move to language skills, that is English. मेरा फंडा सिंपल है. LR में I feel सबसे ज़्यादा freshness की जरूरत है because of verbal reasoning. Verbal reasoning I think takes a lot of time. Statement assumption, statement conclusion, implicit, and so on and so forth, course of action. All of these take a lot of time according to me. So LR is the first section I like to start with. Then quant acts as a calming section because you've got 1.5 minutes per question, so you can calm a little. The first 20-30 seconds you can take a breath. Also 15 seconds का break आता है, तो almost 45 seconds to 1 minute का एक break मिल जाता है. It works well for me, so I move to quant and finally I end with English because उसमें वैसे भी English में कुछ freshness तो चाहिए नहीं. या आपको grammar आता है या नहीं आता, या आपको vocabulary आती है या नहीं आती. You can't go ahead and manufacture things. You can't go ahead and logically try deducing things. So always ending with English is something which I prefer. Okay. How much I scored? Okay. Well, my score was 304. I think this is my highest. It's never been this high. I've never crossed the 300 marks. So this is the first year that I've gone ahead and hit the 300 marks. So yeah, my score was 304. Cutoff, what I'll expect, Kana, I've already gone ahead and explained. If it is going to be similar to last year, no, I did not get 360. 360 is the total marks on it. Okay. Nobody gets 360. Kana, if it's going to be similar to last year, jisme there is going to be a competency test in stage 2. My reco is score a 220 plus. If it's not going to be like that and it's going to be similar to previous years, that is 2023, 2022, and so on and so forth, my reco is look at a 235 plus. That's the way that I go ahead and approach this. I've gone ahead and stated it already. Okay, let's get into the detailed analysis. Logical reasoning. Now, this is day 1. This is 5th November. ये आया था. Syllogism 1 question, statement conclusion 1, course of action 4, statement assumption 4, statement inference 4, implicit argument 4, decision making 2, miscellaneous critical reasoning 4, arrangement के ऊपर एक set था, table numeric code के ऊपर एक set था, and there were some miscellaneous questions, 3 questions. This is what it looked like yesterday. Today was slightly different. If I have a look at it, there were 2 syllogism questions, statement conclusion के 3 questions, course of action 4, statement assumption and inference के 4 questions, implicit argument के 4, decision making के 2 questions, grid based find the missing number का 1 question था, logical Venn diagram का 1 था, input output जो alpha numeric था उसका 1 था, number based LR, where there was the multiplication factor and total earning. It was almost like you're a cab driver, तो आपका total earning क्या होगा, and miscellaneous. So this is what the breakup was. So if you look at it over the course of the 2 days, let's look at verbal reasoning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I add all of these, how many questions? 7, 11, 15, 19, 21. So 21 on 36, 7 by 9. Let's keep that in mind. We are saying, 7 by 12. So we are saying, roughly over 50%, almost around 60% of the questions were from verbal reasoning. What was it yesterday? Again, statement conclusion, course of action, statement inference, implicit argument, decision making, CR miscellaneous. Let's add them. 4, 6, 10, 14, 18, 22, 23. So yesterday was 23 on 36, which is almost close to about 70%. So if I'm looking at it, around 2/3, 60% to 2/3 of the paper is coming out to be verbal reasoning this year. Unlike previous years, जहाँ पे वो generally about 55% होता था या 50% होता था, इस बार verbal reasoning का weightage has gone up. So all of you who have your exam very, very soon, focus on statement conclusion, statement assumption, inferential questions, implicit arguments, course of action. उस पे काफी कुछ आ रहा है. Lot of questions are coming from there. So you will have to go ahead and ensure that you are going ahead and focusing on that. A lot of questions will come from there. Was coding decoding asked today? No, nothing. Over the last 2 days, no coding decoding question till now. Okay, but input output zarur the. Let's look at a few sample questions. Let's look at them. This is basis yesterday and today, a few sample questions. So this is a logical Venn diagram question. Okay, logical Venn diagram मैंने बोला था, आज भी था, कल भी था. If the square represents dancers, circle represents singers, square is dancers, circle is singers, triangle represents teachers and rectangle represents chefs, then how many teachers are there who are not singers? Teacher क्या है? Teacher is triangle. So this is teacher. And who are not singers? Who are singers? Singers is circle. So triangle which is not overlapping with circle. Triangle which is not overlapping with circle. It is this part. So it will be 13. So there were 13 teachers who were not singers. Answer option 1. So this is an example of a kind of question that came. This was a tricky question which I think came yesterday. A, H, K, L, B, X, C, E, G क्या होगा? So A का position क्या होता है? 1 होता है. H का क्या होता है? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. H is 8. Let's do 1 square plus 8 square. You get 65. 65 का sum of digits is 11. 11 is basically K. That is what was happening. Let's try another example. C is 3. E is 5. 3 squared plus 5 squared. 3 squared is 9. 5 squared is 25. Answer is 34. 34 का sum of digits is 7. 7th digit क्या होता है? G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That is going to be G. So similarly, यहाँ पे X क्या होगा? L क्या होता है? Now keep this in mind. J is 10. T is 20. ये हमेशा याद रखना. Okay. And my recommendation generally is the moment your exam starts or even before that, A to Z जरा एक बार लिख लेना, because alpha numeric के ऊपर questions बहुत आते हैं. ठीक है? Now A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. So L is 12. B is 2. So 12 squared is 144. 2 squared is 4. Total is 148. Sum of digits will be 13. So 13 का आंसर क्या होगा? J is 10. H, I, J, K, L, M. So the answer will be M, which is option B. So this was slightly tricky, not straightforward, not easy. Okay. So that is what was asked. There was another kind of question which was asked today. उसमें क्या था? मेरे को याद करने दो. There was a relationship here wherein say ये 8 है, तो ये 16 है, तो ये 10 होगा. Which means 8 going to 16 is into 2. So this into 2 into 5. Similarly, समझो ये 9 है और ये 27 है. So this is into 3. तो ये हो जाएगा 15 into 3 into 5. समझो ये 10 है, ये 40 है, ये हो गया into 4. तो ये क्या होगा? This is into 4 into 4 into 5, which will be 20. So this was another kind which came today, something like this, not the exact same question, but the logic was this. So this is the kind of what will be in place of the question mark, what will be in place of X, and so on and so forth. Another kind of question, what will come in place of the question mark in this figure? You have 3, 5, 11, 9 बीच में, 8, 6, 12 बीच में, 6, 5. अब मल्टीप्लाई करके तो कुछ होगा नहीं, 9 बीच में. लेट्स स्टार्ट एडिंग. 5, 3 is 8, 8 and 11 is 19. ऐड कर दिया. 6 and 8 is 14. 14 plus 12 is 26. 14 and 12 is 26. Yeah. 6 and 5 is 11. 11 and 7 is 18. Now when I do this, I can see 1 into 9 is 9. 2 into 6 is 12. 1 into 8 will be 8. So the answer will be 8, which is option C. That's basically what the question was. Okay. So these were some of the kinds of questions that came. There's an input-output question also that came today. For example, say the input is I. Okay. Next step पे क्या हो गया? Next step पे they stated, मैं easy कर लेता हूँ. Say the input is B. Next step पे they wrote the number 3. Okay. After that they gave X. Okay. After that, what they did was they wrote down this, and then what they did was into 2 plus 3, 48, 51. So basically हुआ क्या? B is the second letter in the alphabet, so that plus 1 gave me 3. इस 3 को वो लोग ने reverse A to Z पे reverse अगर जाओ, so what is going to be the third letter from the end? Third letter from the end is going to be X, so they give that. This letter X का अल्फाबेट में पोजीशन क्या है? का पोजीशन इज 24. तो नेक्स्ट आ गया 24. उसके बाद वो लोग ने कर दिया into 2 plus 3, which gave 51. And इस पे then there were 4 questions which were based. So this was a kind of input-output set that had come. Is this clear? Are these kind of questions clear in terms of the kind of questions that have come? Okay. What are the chances of input-output question coming in NMAT? Combination of words and numbers. I just gave you that. I just gave you an example. Combination of letters and numbers. Combination of letter and numbers. Okay. Ajay is asking, sir, I took the official mock, scored 82 in quant, 94 in language, 69 in DLR, total 245. Good enough for M? Yes, it is good enough. Reasoning का 69 is a slight issue. My reco would be reasoning को start में कर लो, उसको अगर आप 75 plus ले जाओगे, you are in a good place to do. Okay. Do you want me to do more memory based questions, guys? Do you want me to do more memory based questions? I'm waiting to hear. If you want me to do more memory based questions, go ahead and click like in the video immediately. Neha and the team are waiting. They're like, आप तो कर रहे हो, solve कर रहे हो, लोगों को पता चल रहा है, but हमें हमारे likes नहीं आ रहे, views नहीं आ रहे. So go ahead, go like the video so that the team working on the YouTube channel are happy. Abhayaz is saying he does not want any more questions. Do the others want? I can see yeses from Debraj, Shrishti, Ronit. So Abhayaz, democracy will rule. जो बोल रहा है कि उसको चाहिए उसको मिलेगा. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look at a few more questions. My recommendation in terms of going ahead and attempting the logical reasoning section is verbal reasoning पे concentrate करो. Verbal reasoning, you can expect anywhere between 60 to 70% of the questions from here. So focus a lot on verbal reasoning. You can look at the CL mocks. You can go ahead and use topic test. You can go ahead and use NMAT by GMACK mocks. All of them will go ahead and help you. That is a good place to go ahead and revise all of that. उसके अलावा भी अगर कुछ चाहिए RS Agarwal, you can go ahead and have a look at it. So these are the that is going to be the most important. Second, यार sets आते हैं. Don't miss out on the sets for sure. Okay, because if you end up missing out on the sets, then that is where the problem will start. That is where you will feel कि पता नहीं मैं कर पाऊंगा कि नहीं कर पाऊंगा. Okay, so there were 2 or 3 very very simple sets that had come for me as well. If I have a look at it, if I just go back and have a look at this, एक number based LR आया था मल्टीप्लीकेशन फैक्टर एंड टोटल अर्निंग का। उसमें बेसिकली क्या हो रहा था, उसमें हो रहा था कि भैया देयर आर 4 और 5 कैब ड्राइवर्स। अब वो कैब ड्राइवर जो है व्हाट दे अर्न इज गोइंग टू बी 8 into multiplication factor into number of kilometers traveled। अब मल्टीप्लीकेशन फैक्टर वो लोग ने 5 अलग अलग दे दिए थे, नंबर ऑफ किलोमीटर्स ट्रेवल्ड 5 अलग अलग दे दिए थे। नाउ यू नीडेड टू गो अहेड एंड मैप इट, सो इट वाज नंबर बेस्ड अरेंजमेंट। number based arrangement, number based by because eventually then you had to do 8 into multiplication factor into number of kilometers। तो वो वाला फंडा भी एक करना था। okay, so please keep that in mind, that analytical reasoning enough नहीं आ रहा है, analytical reasoning में थोड़ा सोचना भी ज्यादा पड़ रहा है। the kind of questions that we just discussed here, this was not straightforward, it required a little bit of work to do। so verbal reasoning is where you will need to go ahead and maximize। okay, let's move to quant। yesterday's quant paper, this is what it looked like, this is what it looked like। okay, 4 questions of pie chart, 4, okay, sorry, this is not yesterday, this is my bad। okay, this is what my paper looked like, 4 questions on pie chart, 4 questions on DI, number of cubicles। ये number of cubicles वाला में सिंपल सी चीज थी, वो लोग ने किया क्या, वो लोग ने number of एक टेबल बनाई। ठीक है, मैं नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे जाता हूं। number of floors, number of halls per floor, number of people per cubicle, and then total number of people। there was a table like this। now say I give you number of floors is 4, number of halls per floor is 8, number of people per cubicle is 2। so what will be the number of people, 2 into 8 into 4 into number of cubicles, this will be the number of people। so if I give you the number of people, say I give you 128, so what are the number of cubicles, 2 into 8 is 16 into 4 is 64 into number of cubicles is 2। so you get to know that the number of cubicles on every hall and every floor is 2। that's how it operates। so ये था उसमें, out of these 4 some data was missing। so समझो कई जगह पे नंबर ऑफ क्यूबिकल्स गिवन नहीं था, कई बार वो लोग ने बोल दिया समझो नंबर ऑफ क्यूबिकल्स ये है, एंड यू डोंट नो द नंबर ऑफ हॉल्स बट यू नो द नंबर ऑफ फ्लोर्स, you know the number of people per cubicle, you know the total number of people, and now I'm giving you an number of cubicles, can you find out the total number of halls per cubicle। so this was the DI set that had come। okay, there was another DI set which was on pie chart। उसके अंदर क्या था, उसके अंदर they had gone ahead and created a very simple pie chart। एक्सपेंडिचर एंड रेवेन्यू के 2 पाई चार्ट थे। एक्सपेंडिचर के बेसिस पे वो लोग ने कुछ ऐसा बना दिया, रेवेन्यू के बेसिस पे वो लोग ने कुछ ऐसा बना दिया, बट द नंबर्स वर बैड। 25.25%, 6.18%, यू नो 33.13% एंड सो एस्टिमेट करना होगा। ये 25% ले लो, ये 6.25 ले लो विच इज 1/16, ये 33% ले लो विच इज 1/3, उसके बेसिस पे करना होगा। and this was data of 2012, and then they gave expenditure data of 2011 versus 2012 में each pointer का growth, एक्सपेंडिचर का ग्रोथ दे दिया ईच पॉइंटर का। एंड नाउ दे स्टार्टेड आस्किंग यू क्वेश्चंस, 2011 का कुछ दे दिया, 2012 का पूछा, 2012 का कुछ दे दिया, 2011 का पूछा। सो दोज वर द काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट हैड कम इन द 2 DI सेट्स। ओके, DS के क्वेश्चंस थे 2 each on arithmetic and algebra, this should have been 2 each, so there were 4, 2 each, so I think एक थोड़ा ओवरराइट हो गया होगा। ओके, टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस 2 क्वेश्चन, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस 2, परसेंटेजेस डायरेक्ट एप्लीकेशन 5 क्वेश्चंस, वेरी सिंपल। SI/CI का एक था जो बेसिकली मोस्टली CI SI पे ही था, CI का ज्यादा कोई कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं था। रेशियोज के 3 क्वेश्चन, टाइम एंड वर्क 2, प्रोग्रेशन का 1 क्वेश्चन जिसमें AP GP बोथ वर मिक्स्ड, लॉग का 1 क्वेश्चन, क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन के 2 क्वेश्चन, PNC के 2, प्रोबेबिलिटी के 3। सो दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, प्रोबेबिलिटी एंड PNC विच इज मॉडर्न मैथ, उसके रफली अराउंड 5 क्वेश्चन थे। ओके, दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। नंबर्स के रफली अराउंड 2 to 3 क्वेश्चंस थे इन टोटल। इफ आई लुक एट इट फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ लास्ट ईयर एज वेल, नो ज्योमेट्री अगेन, no geometry again, geometry does not come in NMAT, and it has been proven again that there was no geometry this time either, there was no geometry this time either। ठीक है, so please keep that in mind, geometry पे फोकस करने की जरूरत नहीं है, arithmetic and algebra पे काफी फोकस करने की जरूरत है। Let's look at a few more questions। How many factors of 1080 contain exactly one trailing zero? One trailing zero मतलब it has to be a multiple of 10, to be a multiple of 10, 1 power of 2, 1 power of 5 gone, हटा दो, बाकी बचा 108 which can be written as 3 cube into 27 into 4, 2 squared. So इसके total number of factors क्या हो गए? 3 into 4, which is 12. So the answer is going to be 12. So that is how it is going to go ahead and operate. Okay, the total number of questions that we go ahead and see. Okay, so just give me 1 second, guys. Just 1 second, 1 second, just 1 second. Yeah, so total number of factors ended up being 12. Just give me a second. I think there's a slight net issue. Just let me have a look at it once. Can you just confirm? Am I visible now? Can you just confirm that I'm visible now? Yes, no? So that I can go ahead and do a few more questions of the kind of questions that have come. If you just confirm that I'm visible, I'll know. Net router में कोई issue आ रहा था, पी आवाज आ रही थी, so I've just resolved it. I'm visible. Okay, thanks, Arnav. Okay. If the odds in favor of an event are 3:4 and the odds against another independent event B are 7:4, find the probability that at least one of the events will happen. Now, odds in favor of A are 3/4. So, hoga probability of A happening is 3/7. Odds against B happening is 7:4. So, probability of B happening will be 4/11. 4/11. Question क्या है? Find the probability of at least one of the events will happen. That is same as 1 minus probability no event happens. No event happens का क्या probability होगा? 4/7 into 7/11. So 1 minus 4/11, which is going to be 7/11, which is going to be option B. So this direct application of probability and understanding independent events of probability, this was there. एक क्वेश्चन और ले लेते हैं. Find the cost price of an article sold by the shopkeeper on selling the article at 240. This is a DS question, data sufficiency. आपको ये निकालना है. One statement is given. If the article sold at 25% more, the profit earned will be 40. Second statement, mark price of the article is 400. Profit percentage is equal to the discount percentage offered and profit percentage is 40. Now you needed to state if you can answer this question only using the first statement. You can answer it only using the second statement. You can answer by combining both. You can answer by neither of them alone. That was the basic funda, or you can't answer at all. So if you look at it, if they tell you in the question, find the cost of an article sold by the shopkeeper. So selling price you already know. Now the data states article sold at 25% more, the profit earned would be rupees 40. 25% more, new selling price आ गया. न्यू सेलिंग प्राइस मेरे पास आ गया, प्रॉफिट अर्न वुड बी 40, तो कॉस्ट प्राइस क्या होगा? दैट माइनस 40 विल बी कॉस्ट प्राइस. मतलब मेरे को यहां से कॉस्ट प्राइस निकल आएगा, ओनली स्टेटमेंट 1 से निकल आएगा. यू डोंट नीड टू सॉल्व, यू नीड टू सी कैन आई सॉल्व, दैट्स इट. सो आई कैन. Mark price of the article is 400. Profit percentage is equal to discount percentage offered and profit percentage is 40. अब profit percentage मेरे को 40 मिल गया है. मेरे पास selling price भी है, मेरे पास marked price भी है. अगर प्रॉफिट परसेंट 40 है तो मेरे पास कॉस्ट प्राइस आ जाएगा. अब अगर मेरे पास कॉस्ट प्राइस आ गया और मेरे पास मार्क प्राइस है, डिस्काउंट परसेंटेज भी मेरे पास आराम से आ जाएगा. सब कुछ ही हो गया. मेरे को चाहिए कॉस्ट प्राइस, बहुत आराम से निकल आएगा. सो इवन दिस इज इनफ टू गो अहेड एंड गेट द आंसर. So that means the answer here would be if the question can be answered by using either statement 1 or statement 2 alone. So the objective in DS questions is don't solve. Just see if you can solve. If you can solve, it is more than enough. That's it. If you are able to do, खत्म. ठीक है, निकालना मत, सॉल्व करके टाइम मत वेस्ट करना. प्लीज डोंट डू इट, दैट्स अ वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम. देयर वाज अ लॉग क्वेश्चन व्हिच आई गॉट. लेट मी ओपन इट. क्या था? दे सेड log 45 is equal to m, log 80 is equal to n, find the value of log 6. and ऑप्शन में था m plus n का half minus something, m plus n का half plus something, and so basically m plus n was in the options throughout. So the first thing that I did was m plus n कर लेते हैं. उससे हो जाएगा log of 45 into 80. log of a plus log b is log ab. इससे क्या मिलेगा? log 45 is 3 squared into 5. 80 is 2 cube आ गया, फिर 10 बचा, so 2 to the power of 4 into 5. इसको अगर मैं कर रहा हूं 3 squared 2 power 4 5 squared, मतलब I can say it is log of 3 into 2 squared into 5 whole squared. So 2 बाहर आ गया, which is twice log of 60. So m plus n is twice log of 60. So हाफ ऑफ m प्लस n क्या हो जाएगा, log 60, which is log 6 plus log 10, which is log 6 plus 1. So half of m plus n minus 1 will give me log 6, which is what I needed. So the answer was this. So this is an example of a log question that had come. Okay. SI के ऊपर एक question था, there was a simple question which came, which is, I am telling you that this is the principal. Okay, and the principal will go ahead and become some number of times, at the end of 3 years. So I think they had stated the principal will come to, three times at the end of 3 years. What will be the rate? As simple as that, rate percentage निकालना था. So कुछ नहीं है, P plus PRT by 100, P into R into T by 100 is equal to 3P. हो गया, R आपका निकल आएगा 100%. As simple as that. Very simple question. PNC के multiple questions थे. एक question जो PNC का था was, there are 2 dice which are thrown, and उसके ऊपर 2 independent dice which are thrown. Sum on the face that comes on top 8 आना चाहिए. तो उसकी probability क्या होगी? You just need to do cases 2 plus 6, 3 plus 5, 4 plus 4, 5 plus 3, 6 plus 2. So 5 favorable cases, total are 36. So 5 by 36 हो जाएगा. There was another one which had come. Say you have cards numbers 1 to 9. You pick up cards thrice, 3 times. Okay, and each time you replace it. मतलब उठाया और फिर वापस भी रख दिया. And the final sum on the 3 cards that you had picked up is less than 25. What is the probability? तो भैया total number of cases तो हो जाएगा 9 cube, which is 729. अब the sum needs to be less than 25. So the easier is maximum sum 3 बार अगर आप उठा रहे हो is 27. So find the probability कि वो 25 हो, 26 हो, 27 हो. 27 की probability तो simple है, 9 plus 9 plus 9 खाली एक होगा. 26 की probability क्या है? It will be 8 plus 9 plus 9. ये भी खाली एक होगा, लेकिन 8 फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में आ सकता है, सेकंड में आ सकता है, थर्ड में आ सकता है, तो 3. 25 की probability क्या है? 9 plus 9 plus 7 कर दो. 9 plus 8, which is 9 is 17 plus 8 कर दो. ओके, और कुछ हो सकता है? 9 and 9 ले लिया, 9 and 8 ले लिया, 9 and 7 लूंगा तो यही आएगा, 9 and 6 लूंगा तो होगा नहीं. सो दीज वर द 2, दोनों में 3 आएंगे, 6. सो टोटल फेवरेबल केसेस 10 आ गए. सो नॉन फेवरेबल केसेस कितना होगा? 729 minus 10. So the answer will be 719 by 729. So a lot of such questions from PNC had also come. Okay, PNC and probability, I just put it there. एक higher order equation का question आया था. If I open it, let me see where that is, so that I can tell you that question. Yeah, they stated something like this: 2x squared minus 5xy minus 12 is 0. Okay, yes, I question आया. And then they had given another equation, which is say y cube minus 8, sorry, y to the power of 6 minus, just one sec, let me remember. No, it was y cube minus 8. ठीक ही बोल रहा हूँ. Y cube minus 8 into 3y squared minus 6y by 12 divided by y to the power of 6 minus 64 is 1. So ये दो equation है, x की value निकालनी थी. Now if I look at the second equation, y to the power of 6 minus 64 can be written as y cube minus 8 into y cube plus 8. So ये y cube minus 8 minus 8 कट जाएगा और ये उस तरफ चले जाएगा. So you will get 3y squared minus 6y plus 12 is y cube plus 8. ओके, अब इसको अगर मैं देख रहा हूं, मेरे दिमाग में टोटल आया y इक्वल्स 1, पहले सब्स्टिट्यूट कर लो और चेक कर लो. y इक्वल्स 1 सब्स्टिट्यूट किया, 3 minus 6 plus 12 कितना आता है? 15 minus 6 which is 9, और यहाँ पे भी 1 plus 8 9, मतलब y इक्वल्स 1 satisfies. उसको इस इक्वेशन में डाल दो, y इक्वल्स 1 को. इक्वेशन बन जाती है 2x squared minus 5x minus 12 is 0. यहाँ से you will get the x की वैल्यू. So this is a kind of question that had come today in quant. DI set I've already gone ahead and discussed, revenue and earning वाला earlier. ये एक LCM HCF के ऊपर था, which was basically on the concept of HCF into LCM is equal to product of numbers. HCF plus LCM दे दिया, HCF minus LCM दे दिया, तो you will get both HCF and LCM. So you will get the product of the numbers. They have given sum of the numbers. Now they are asking difference of numbers. So you will say x minus y is x plus y whole squared माइनस 4xy का स्क्वायर रूट, ये है, उसके बेसिस पे आप सॉल्व कर लोगे. दैट वाज बेसिकली द क्वेश्चन. एक डीएस का अच्छा क्वेश्चन था which I think a lot of students might end up making a mistake. They had asked, can you find the number? Statement 1, sum of digits of the number is say 4. Statement 2, the difference of digits of the number is say एक एग्जांपल ले लेता हूं, say 2. ठीक है, तो अब अगर ये करोगे you get a plus b is 4, a minus b is 2, हटाओ 2a is 6, a is 3, which means b is 1. So the numbers are 3 and 1. Question is, can you find the number? I can't, because I don't know whether a is the first digit or the second digit. So the number could be 13 or 31. So इसका आंसर होगा both together also you can't find the answer. Lot of students would have stated, यार ऐसे तो ये निकल आएगा, सम भी है और डिफरेंस भी है, इससे मेरे को आंसर आ जाएगा तो ये हो जाएगा. So that was a catch in this particular question कि यहाँ से directly ये उठ के नहीं आता. Is this clear, guys? I think I've solved quite a few questions on quant as well. Quite a few questions. Can you conduct some online verbal reasoning? Yeah, we've had a lot of sessions on verbal reasoning. It's happening on YouTube, and we have an NMAT specific course as well, where a lot of sessions on verbal reasoning have happened. So if you still want more, you can go ahead and enroll in that course. Okay. So these were the kind of questions which were there in quant. Should I go ahead and move to verbal now? Let's have a look at language skills. So yesterday, the kind of RCs that came, reality and illusion pe aaya, anthropology and culture pe aaya, book history implication, grapes or Roth pe aaya. Today, economics, Adam Smith and others, coffee and English in the 17th and 18th century, and usme coffee houses jo bane hain. And there was one more RC which I can't remember exactly. पैराजंबल 5 सेंटेंसेस के 2 थे, 4 सेंटेंसेस के 2 थे. एरर स्पॉटिंग, अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चन. एरर स्पॉटिंग में होता क्या है, सेंटेंस इज गिवन एंड देन दे अंडरलाइन पार्ट्स एंड दे टेल यू प्लीज आइडेंटिफाई विच ऑफ द अंडरलाइन पार्ट्स इज इनकरेक्ट. सो 1 2 3 अंडरलाइन पार्ट्स को 1 बोल देंगे, 2 बोल देंगे, 3 बोल देंगे, एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. सो दैट्स हाउ इट प्रोसीड्स. ओके. FIB, vocab 2 blanks, basically fill in the blanks. They are giving you a sentence जहाँ पे एक blank होगा, 2 blanks भी हो सकते हैं, and then they will tell you fill in the right from the options. Similarly, preposition, they will give you multiple, they will give you generally about 4 sentences or 4 phrases. Each में एक gap है या एक blank है. The blank has to be filled with a preposition. Options ऐसे given है, and then they go ahead and they write 1 is on, 2 is in, 3 is along, and so on and so forth. And then options start. Options are अच्छा इसको मैं A बोल देता हूँ, A B C. So option 1 is answer will be CBA. Option 2 is answer will be DAB. Option 3 is answer will be CAB, and so on and so forth. So these kind of questions. Analogy correct pair, there were 2 opposite and 2 analogy correct pair was synonym. And finally sentence completion जो grammar based आया था. So overall, if I look at verbal, my recommendation on how to attempt this section is going to be very, very simple. Grammar plus vocab. I say this every year, कुछ अलग नहीं हुआ. If I look at grammar plus vocab, 4, 3, 5, 1, 2, 2, 3. All of this was grammar and vocab. You added 7, 12, 13, 15, 17, 20. 20 on 36. Almost 60% of the paper is this. उसके साथ if you go ahead and look at Parajumbal's 4 questions, you're talking about 70% of the paper coming from grammar plus vocab plus Parajumbal. Now Parajumbles are very simple, very small sentences, easy to identify, and options really help to eliminate and get to the right answer. My recommendation with respect to RCs, 2 attempt करना seriously. 2 अटेम्प्ट करना सीरियसली. 1 जो होगा वो सीरियसली मत करना, वो रैंडमली आंसर करके कर देना. आरसीज में माय रिकमेंडेशन विल बी रीड द क्वेश्चन देन गो टू द पैसेज, रीड द क्वेश्चन गो टू द पैसेज. मेनी टाइम्स दे स्टेट व्हाट डिड द ऑथर मीन इन द लास्ट पैराग्राफ, व्हाट डिड द ऑथर मीन इन द सेकंड पैराग्राफ. डायरेक्टली वो पैराग्राफ पढ़ो, आंसर कर दो, ज्यादा टाइम मत वेस्ट करना. सम ऑफ यू आर आस्किंग क्वांट का अटेम्प्ट करने के लिए क्या चीज है. माय रिकमेंडेशन इन क्वांट इज आल्सो भैया डीआई को मैक्सिमाइज करना. If you are not good at quant, DI has to be maximized. You are going to get roughly around 8 to 12 questions here. ले लेना, उसको छोड़ना मत. Easy है, difficult नहीं है. Take those marks. Okay. Quant के अंदर numbers plus modern math अगर मैं देखूं, there are going to be about 10 to 12 questions from here. Add DI to that. You're already talking about 20 to 22 questions from just these. इस पे arithmetic and algebra. Now for CAT, you would have already done arithmetic plus algebra. I'm quite sure. DI basically, you know, for CAT. The new thing is numbers and modern math. Yeah, absolute basics of probability, absolute basics of classification of numbers and factors. ये पढ़ के चले जाओ, that should be more than enough. ठीक है, that should be more than enough. Okay. So time crunch, do not panic when it comes to verbal. Give 1 minute per question till the first 23, 24 questions. After that, you can go ahead and randomly guess. In those random guesses, my recommendation in every section, जो आप question seriously answer कर रहे हो उस section में, look at कौन सा option maximum number of times आ रहा है. Say मैंने देखा था कि मेरे को LR में D सबसे ज्यादा आ रहा था, क्वांट में मेरा C सबसे ज्यादा आ रहा था, एंड वर्बल में मेरा B सबसे ज्यादा आ रहा था. So LR में all the guesses which I did D, quant में all the guesses which I did C, and finally English में all the guesses which I did B. That's the way that I went about it. Okay. So do not worry about the latter part of the paper. Focus on the questions that you are handling. First 9 to 10 questions of every section are very, very important. Adaptive के लिए you need to go ahead and get these right. I had spoken about this in 7 days to NMAT ka session. If you hadn't attended it, go ahead and have a look at that video. It's there on YouTube. You will understand more about what I mean there. Okay. The expected cutoff, this is what it was last year. Years before that, like I was stating, 234, 232 raha hua hai. My record 235 plus if it is going to be like 23 or 22. If it is going to have a competency test that is 2024 plus 2024 types, then 220 plus might also suffice. So that's the way that I would attempt it. I would say competency agar hai to 65 minimum aim karna. Agar competency nahi hai, which means you don't know at this point in time, so prepare like CAT 2023. My recommendation, language skills mein 76 plus, quant में 72 plus, logical reasoning 74 plus. इस पे focus रखो. I think overall you should be able to do decently with a 235 plus. That's the way that I would go ahead and have a look at this. Like I stated, 235 plus overall. And here I would say language skills may look at 76 plus, 72 plus, 74 plus. Because at this point in time, you don't know competency test है क्यों. So that's the way that I would do it. Last year, ये cutoffs थे. मैं बोलूंगा अगर competency test हुआ, maybe यहाँ से यहाँ will not be more than 220. It should be below that. If there is a competency test. If there isn't, 235 के आसपास रहेगा. For ये वाला मेरे को यहाँ से यहाँ करना चाहिए था और यहाँ से यहाँ. Pharma के लिए it was lower. So assume about a 20 mark के आसपास का fall रहेगा between pharma and the other programs. Okay. That's basically it. One last question from a CAT perspective. One last thing to keep in mind. Admit cards, I'm sure all of you all know the hack of downloading and identifying your slot by now. You are aware of that. Application form imcat.ac.in में जाओगे, वहां पे नीचे पे वो दिख रहा है. Go ahead and have a look at your slot and you will understand क्या है. Please ensure that 16th November का CAT you write in this same slot. We are hosting it at external locations, at locations which might end up being your actual CAT location as well, CAT center as well. So go ahead, utilize this advantage. 2 weeks before CAT, experience CAT before CAT. deja vu सा experience आ जाए, आपको लगे हाँ मैंने कुछ तो मचाया है, अब CAT के लिए मेरे को ज्यादा stress नहीं है. Over to you all guys. Any questions in case you all have? Okay. Went for NMIMS interview last year. I felt it was mostly for NMI roping in extra money from students and boosting Mumbai's economy with 30,000 visiting for the interview. Absolutely. Which is why I stated 209 था और मेरे को वो 209 चमका नहीं. 235 के आसपास वो होना चाहिए. So hopefully that will happen. Hopefully this was helpful to you all guys. I want to hear from you all. Was it helpful? Do you all want more such sessions basis what we've gone ahead and done? Do you want us to write a couple more NMAT slots and come and discuss the memory based questions? Similarly in CAT, SNAP and everything, we will have memory based questions that we will go ahead and discuss with you all. So I want to hear yeses. I want to see adequate number of likes that you all want us to conduct more like this. Where to enroll for the NMAT course? The team will put it in the chat box. Shruti, can you just put in the NMAT online classes course? The non-CAT online classes course is there. You can go ahead and do that. Your exam is on the 6th of December. Debraj, the way that I would do it is write at least 2 mocks from now till roughly around 20th of November. Last 10 days में कुछ मत लिखना. And then from the 1st to the 6th, you can go ahead and write another 2 to 3 NMAT mocks. Since you're writing NMAT on 6th, I'm guessing you're not writing SNAP on 6th, and you'll be writing that at a later date. Ensure ki SNAP ke liye also you write it at least twice, because there is no normalization. Okay. Shruti, do go ahead and share the non-cat wala thing. When will we know about competency assessment for sure? Only once the results come out. Yeah, NMAT doesn't announce. That's the problem. Transparency बहुत कम है. But we will have sessions. We will conduct them. We'll also have a competency course ka mock test series and a course on that as well. In case you're interested, we'll also do a few sessions on YouTube once we know that it is going to happen. This and much, much more. Keep following our YouTube channel. If you go to the clonline.com, you'll be able to find the NMAT course there. Vanchika, clonline.com. There is a non-cat online classes course there. You'll be able to enroll in it. You can enroll in NMAT, SNAP, ZAT, all three of them as a combo, or just NMAT. That is completely up to you. But that is where you will be able to go ahead and find the course. So thanks for pointing out that it was a helpful session. Hope it helped all of you all. Hope there is something that you all have been able to gain from this session. We will go ahead and bring more sessions like this for all of you all. There are also sessions on NMAT, the last lap to NMAT, which are happening as we speak. Please don't go ahead and miss those. They have been conducted on the YouTube channel. Like I stated, you can find an entire playlist there. Go ahead and have a look at it. Hopefully that is something that is going to go ahead and help you and keep you in good state. So do go ahead and have a look at those courses as well. So Vanchika, since you were asking about the course, I'm going ahead and putting the link here. Hopefully this goes ahead and helps you, for the course as well. 215 in the mock exam at 9th. In mock exam is on 9th. Okay, 215 थोड़ा सा कम है. इसको 230 के आसपास एटलीस्ट ले जाओ. कॉन्फिडेंस थोड़ा आएगा. 1 or 2 more mocks where you get 1 question more right in each section, 1 guess more right in each section. Even if you follow my guesswork mechanism that I am pointing out, which means जिसके आंसर सबसे ज्यादा आ रहे हैं एक पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन में, उसी को गेस करो जितना तुम कर सकते हो. I think that is something that is going to be very, very helpful. Okay, all the best guys. Thanks for joining in. I hope go share this video with your friends who haven't gone ahead and attended it. Hopefully this helps them as well. Go ahead and like this session. Brown Broski, if you're not meeting the quant cutoff, hard luck, because NMAT will only take the first attempt. You can just hope that the cutoff reduces by 2 to 3 marks. Not very likely, but yeah, there is no issue in life in continuing to hope that, right? That's it from my end, guys. See ya. Bye-bye. See you. Take care. Good night.